my demons I hate, they keep me awake, they're stealing my sane, I'm feeling the pain, it's not a game, I feel like sleeping in front of a train, I'm chained to a cage, I stay in a rage from day to day, going on hot like Bombay in May, I'm one day away from laying in a grave, I'm not
Curtis, first of all, thank you for taking your time out to speak to us, bro. Want to ask you, how old are you?
40.
40. And how long have you been homeless for?
About 3 years.
3 years, yeah. Is this your first time being homeless, or you've been homeless in the past?
I've been homeless in the past as well.
In all, how long have you been homeless for?
All in all, about 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
Curtis, so you know the first time you became homeless, how did it happen?
Through drugs. Like basically I had a nice missus and that, and like kids and that, and then basically like through doing drugs and that, the lifestyle's not conducive to being a family man, you know what I mean, in and out of jail and that. Yeah. So I had to just take myself away from it and put myself on the streets.
Distance yourself.
Yeah.
And if you don't mind me asking, are you still taking them?
Yeah, I'm trying to get...
Same amount or less than...
Less. I'm trying to get clean, but it's like usually the only time I get clean is in jail. But obviously I don't want to go jail to get clean.
What about rehab and stuff?
I've got my name on. I'm just waiting and that. Like yeah, I'm engaging with the services right now. I'm on methadone and that, so I'm trying to sort myself out a little bit. But it's...
You know, Curtis, before you became homeless, how was your lifestyle like back then?
What's it called? I used to do like crime and smoke weed and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I suppose I've always been involved in like crime and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? It's like yeah, I could have basically just gave up the crime and worked and that. And
like your lifestyle, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like yeah. Like my mum went jail and stuff like that.
Oh, sorry to hear that, man. And you had your missus as well, and you had kids as well.
Yeah.
Where are they now?
I've got my eldest daughter's 23. She lives on her own. Then I've got a daughter that lives with my mum, and then my baby mother's got another daughter.
What area did you grow up in?
Leicester.
Leicester, yeah.
You're right, love. Yeah, this one's gonna be some change. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Cheers, my dears. You take care. Have a nice day. Thank you. Stay safe.
Curtis, when was the last time you spoke to your kids or met them?
The last time I spoke to my kids was last week. I speak to them when I speak to my phone, my mum and stuff like that. Yeah. So I do speak to them sometimes and stuff like that. Yeah.
And you know, Curtis, like the first day you became homeless, like the first time you were on the streets, how was that first day? Describe that to us for you.
What's it called? I can't really remember, to be fair. I think it was a bit of a blur. Like the first day I came home, I was high and that. You know what I mean? Like yeah. I remember a specific thing one time that I was clean for a while, and then I used a bit. And then basically, yeah, I went to my missus Sarah and I said to her I'd used and that, and I remember I took myself out, I like left the house that night and stuff like that. So that was a few years ago. I remember that one. I remember that was a specific time.
Are you hoping to get back with her?
Nah.
If your situation improved?
Yeah,
You moved on?
Yeah, I've moved on now.
And where do you currently sleep?
Wherever I lay my hat's my home. I've got a place right there. Sometimes I sleep. Like in the flats and that, but yeah, wherever I lay my hat, really, that's my home.
Before you became homeless, what kind of hobbies did you have? Did you have anything that you loved doing?
I like making music and stuff like that. Yeah,
what kind of music was it?
What's it called? Like rap music and like grime and stuff like that.
Instrumentals as well?
Yeah, making beats and rapping and stuff like that. Yeah.
So you probably missed that a lot, innit?
Yeah, of course, man. I just need to get in the studio, man. That's the only thing that can save me, man.
So you know, if there's someone, because what happens a lot of times is there's a lot of people, employers and stuff that watch it. So imagine there's like a music producer out there and they wanna check you out. And you know, would you be willing to have an opportunity like that?
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah. If you check out, you know Jon Snow, the newsreader. Yeah. If you check out on Jon Snow's Twitter, homeless man raps for Jon Snow. Okay. I've seen him up Primrose Hill and that, picking up his dog poo and that, and that's.
So you can probably get that on YouTube.
Yeah, you get that on YouTube. Okay, yeah, homeless man raps for Jon Snow on Twitter.
You know, for you, what do you find to be the toughest part about being homeless?
What's it called? To be fair, it's a bit of an adventure. To be fair, it's the coldness is the toughness. When it gets cold and that, the weather really, and like when it's raining and shit like that, that's the worst bit about it.
You know, a few months ago it was like snowing and ice everywhere. How did you cope?
That weren't the greatest, man. It's not nice when it's cold like that. That's the worst. And
were you still sleeping outdoors like?
Yeah, still, and obviously with the lockdown, there's not. You know what I mean? Just like finding somewhere to go to the toilet sometimes is quite difficult and that. Do you know what I mean? Like I have to go like down Euston to go to the toilet. That's probably the closest public toilet I know around it.
What's the one thing you're the most grateful for?
What's it called? What I'm grateful for? Yeah. You get a lot of generous people that do help you out and that. Do you know what I mean? So like, to be fair, even I'm sitting here, it's like, now you lot have come and spoke to me, but you be speaking on a level. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So like, I'm grateful for that. People don't look down their nose on you a lot of the time. Some people do, but a lot of people don't. You know what I mean?
You know, being homeless, what's the one lesson that you've learned?
What's it called? That there's a lot worse than me. That basically, it's not that it's tough, but there's a lot tougher going on. I always look at it like this. Yeah, I've got this analogy. Yeah. Imagine like say the civil war in Syria, for instance. Yeah. You could have had a man there that could have been like an accountant, yeah, with like 3 kids and his missus, and then that civil war has tear him apart. And that man now, imagine if he's a refugee and his family's been displaced in that. So if put myself in that man's position, that man's living a lot worse, and there is a man out there on the planet that must be living that life. Okay. Do you know what I mean? So I think, you know what, I'm in a better position than that man. So really, like,
one day, God willing, you come clean and your life is back to normal. What is it that you want to do?
Make music.
Music.
Yeah.
Cool. And then, you know, how has your perspective of homeless people changed when you became homeless?
What's it called? I was obviously like, I just think it was just basically like people obviously sitting just to get drugs and stuff like that. But then I spoke to this one guy and he said that he lost his wife and his daughter. Basically, they got killed in a hit and run by he was like, you know what I mean, a drunk driver killed his wife and his daughter and that. So like and then obviously he started drinking and that, you know what I mean, lost his family, and that's why he was homeless. So it's like, yeah, it showed you that there's different reasons why people are on the streets.
Other homeless people try and help you when you became homeless?
Yeah, you do get a lot of help from other homeless people still, yeah, to be fair.
And what's the nicest thing someone has done for
you? Just giving me like money and stuff like that, you know what I mean, or giving me clothes and stuff like that.
What would you say is the meanest thing someone has done to you?
Just ignoring you. When people ignore you, I don't like that, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you might ask someone not even for change, you might just ask them for the time or something like that, and they just totally ignore you and that, you know what I mean? I don't like that.
That's
you know
crazy,
what I mean?
Man, because I haven't heard that one before where even if you're not asking for money, you're just asking for the time, like
yeah,
what time is it?
They
even
just,
stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't like that when people ignore you. That does get me a bit mad and that.
And why does that bug you? Like?
Well, it just obviously like I think, you know what I mean, like it's just ignorance, you know what I mean? Like I think people that, yeah, like it's just one of them, like in a different situation, they probably want to talk to you, do you know what I mean? So it's like they're not judging you as a person, they're just seeing you sitting there and just judging you straight away, yeah.
What gets you through the tough times?
Resilience. It's got to, yeah, just I know that obviously I know that I do music and that, and I know that I'm gonna be a star at some point, you know what I mean? So it's like even though I'm sitting here now, this is all a part of my journey. Do you know what I mean? And I embrace this as a part of my journey. Do you know what I mean? I think, no, without this, then I can't get that. Yeah, exactly. So like, you know what I mean? Like, so when I say like, if I was to go studio, and I had a song out, yeah, the moment my song's on the radio, that's not where my journey starts. My journey starts from now. So the struggle is also a part of it. You've got to go through the struggle to get to the top. Otherwise,
you know what,
if you don't.
The interesting thing is that we had a video called "The Most Positive Homeless Woman," and I reckon you're the most positive homeless man that we've
had.
Yeah.
You've got to be positive, man.
That's powerful, man.
You know what? My glass here is not half full. My glass is full. You know when you get like half full and half empty, optimistic or pessimistic. Well, my glass is full. I'm an eternal optimist.
Amazing.
Do you know what I mean?
Always been like that.
Yeah, I'm always been like that. At the end of the day, like I'm here because it's my own fault that I'm here, and I know that I could stand up and basically change it anytime I wanted to. Do you know what I mean?
Bro,
so
if you could go back, what would you change?
Probably like not using drugs. Yeah, I probably wouldn't use drugs at all.
Someone watching this video, maybe they just recently got on it or they're thinking about getting on it, on drugs, what would you
Don't do it. If you're going to do drugs with anyone, if anyone's going to offer you drugs, they're not your friends. And anyone that tells you not to do drugs is your friend. So basically, yeah, if people are offering you drugs, they're not your friends, so don't do it.
And you know, people that are going to watch this video all around the world, what would your final message be to mankind, let's say?
To mankind, listen to each other. Because a lot of people, obviously God gave you 2 eyes and 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. So use your ears and your eyes more than your mouth.
Twice as much?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. And what is your favourite meal? Like, if you could have 1 meal right now, what would you really want to have?
Probably ackee and saltfish. And yeah, Caribbean food and that. Dumplings and that, yeah.
So what we're going to do for you, bro, we're going to go and grab some ackee and saltfish for you, yeah?
Yeah, nice one, man. I appreciate that, man.
And one last thing, bro, just as a request from me, could you rap for us?
Go on then, what's it called?
Yeah.
I'll do that one I done, yo. I don't want my demons to beat me. I don't want my demons to win. I don't want my demons to kill me. I don't want them under my skin. My demons, I hate. They keep me awake. They're stealing my sane. I'm feeling the pain. It's not a game. I feel like sleeping in front of a train. I'm chained to a cage. I stay in a rage from day to day. Going on hot like Bombay in May. I'm 1 day away from laying in a grave. I'm not on mat free, but I get close shaves. Blow dough for days and feel no shame. Going on a raise and not showing my face. Then I get a case, but not the one I'm playing. I'm not an anomaly. I'm just caught in a place. It's like a war's being fought in my brain, but I ain't surrendering to submission, cause I couldn't live with myself if I died. My demons, I don't want my demons to beat me. I don't want my demons to win. I don't want my demons to kill me. I don't want them under my skin.
Wow, that's
respect.
Powerful. Love it.
Thank you. Oh yes, lads, you lot.
A large portion of rice and peas and ackee and saltfish.
I really appreciate it, man. You lot made my bloody day, man.
No
Thank you very much.
Any final words?
Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. up. Nice one.
Bro, I've got this care pack for you.
Respect,
It's got
mate.
toothbrush, toothpaste,
respect, man.
wipes, underwear, and socks.
Thank you.
Do you need a shirt as well?
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Yes, well, respect, mate. Thank you.
Now,
very
you know,
much.
people that donate money to us and we get these things for
Yeah.
you. What's your message to people that help?
Basically, thank you for helping out people that are homeless. I tend to find, yeah, that it's people that are rich that don't usually help out the homeless people. That's probably why they are rich. It tends to be people that are on benefits and that are not rich that help out the homeless people. But then people that are rich that don't help out the homeless people. You're right, Sandra. Basically, imagine if you was in that position. Imagine if it was your son or your daughter that was homeless. Would you want somebody to help them? Because I would help them. Take care.
Thank you so much.